Do it again.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world.
You're listening to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Don't try and church it up, son.
You can't handle the truth.
I am big. The pictures have got small.
Your first one's on us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. I'm your host, Mark Riccadonna, and with me, as always,
Richie Bird.
It's Friday.
It's Friday, baby. It's a long weekend, too. It's a holiday weekend.
Weather?
Let's get, while we're, what? I'm sorry.
I said, how about that weather?
How about that weather? Listen, just so everybody knows, we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. But this Monday, because it's Memorial Day, we're taking off.
Yeah, we're going to take
we're going to do Corona. We're going to do Corona Tuesday instead of Corona Monday.
Yeah.
Next week. It's going to be a great week of shows, but we're taking off Monday. So if you're
talking Corona on Taco Tuesday.
Yes, talking Corona on Taco. Oh, that's good, Marcus. I like that. I like that a lot. And so, yeah, are you psyched for the weekend?
I am.
Isn't it weird having weekends off?
Yeah, I'm
starting
to feel
so weird.
Slowly morphing into normal society. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend. Usually I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to work and I can't wait for Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. It's very odd. It's been very odd for me. Even last week when I did Joel's show last week, and I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to. I haven't done a show in 2 months, and I'm already back in that mode. I don't want to go.
Because you know what it is? No matter what you do for a living, no matter how much you love what you do, it's still work.
It's still work.
Who wants to go to work?
Except for this.
I do love doing
I love doing this show. Then again, we're not getting paid, so it is. But we do.
Well, this is our bar time. This is the equivalent of hanging out at a bar because we can't go do that.
But we do have a sponsor.
We do have a sponsor.
And we love very much, man. All week they've been our sponsor, Lansdale Tavern, 839 West Main Street in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, 215-362-0460. The great Buddy Harris and his wonderful fiance, and they own the place, and they're open for takeout, and just go. Show support, man.
Oh,
show
he's
support.
A comic. He should be out on the road doing work.
Yeah, but he's over there cooking.
Takeout. He's cooking in his underwear.
And we love him. Thank you, Buddy, for sponsoring all week.
You guys are the best.
It's going to be a great show.
I'm super pumped for today. This is
going to be a great show.
She's one of my favorites.
This is a very old friend of mine who I adore. And but we do have we're starting a new. I'm pretty excited about today because I do the dropping names on Tuesdays.
Yes,
and we put them up on Facebook, and they're quick little vignettes, stories I tell about different celebrities that I met, and we do every Tuesday on Facebook. And we
most of them are celebrities you piss off, but
say what?
Most of them are celebrities.
Most
you
of them
pissed
celebrities
off.
don't like me, but that's not the point. But we digress. But I started a new thing today that my mom got an iPhone. And this is a big deal in the Byrne family. That my mom's
to FaceTime.
Huh?
FaceTime with you.
So, of course, that means it's video chat. Right. It's FaceTime. There's the woman, it scares me to think that I can do this with my mother, but she really wanted to do it. And I figured, well, why not show the world? And so my mother and I.
Next thing you know, you're going to get her subscribed to this podcast.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But we did video chat, and we have it for you. So let's see what happened there.
Can't wait.
Hey, what's up? This is Richie Byrne. It's a big day in the Byrne family. My mother just got an iPhone, and she's going to do her first ever FaceTime call. It's a huge leap into the 21st century for this old lady. So let's see how it goes.
Hello?
Hey, Mom.
Richie?
No, Mom.
Can you hear
Mom,
me?
you got the phone on your ear.
Richie?
Mama, it's FaceTime.
I can't see you.
I can hear you, but you
I
gotta
thought I could see.
look at the phone. Mom.
Richie?
Move. Mom, I don't need
What?
you talking to your ear.
Can you
Move
not on
the
my
phone.
Move the phone.
Move the phone.
Okay.
Not to your other ear, Mom. This isn't gonna go well.
It's a bad start, bro.
Dude,
It's a bad
Duke,
start.
my little one Duke was FaceTiming with my in-laws, and he turned it into an episode of Cribs. He showed my in-laws every inch of our house.
Aw.
This is our garbage can, and over here is our new refrigerator. Over here is where Gizmo peed once. And, and then he ended up in the backyard running in circles with the phone.
But at least your parents know how to use it.
They know how to use it. Duke doesn't. That was great. That was great, man. I love it.
Thanks, man. So yeah, so she's got a lot to learn.
I look forward to the progress. You better record all of these calls.
Listen, I will. I'll record them all for you, Mark. This is going to be a great show. This is quintessential comedian, and I never speak well of her. I go out of my way.
That's it.
But and that's why I love her. But I had to, and she doesn't speak very well of us either. If
No.
you think, because,
Well, who does?
about a year ago, a little over a year ago, we did a roast at the Governor's Comedy Club here in Long Island, and you guys roasted.
Who were we roasting?
We were roasting me.
Yes, we
You
were.
were killing me, and you were on the dais, and I love you for doing that. And she also was on the dais. I said, if we're gonna, and she just killed it. She killed it. And we have some clips. We have a clip of it. So let's watch the clip.
Oh God! Look at Joel.
Alrighty, I was a little nervous, but then luckily I have to follow
Keegan
Vinny.
eclipsed
so
him.
I mean, could it go any fucking worse?
We got to talk about.
I'm sorry. We're here tonight to roast the great Richie Byrne. It's the great Richie. So
Oh, look at Richie.
all right, but first, I have to address the elephant in the room. Mike Keegan, where is he? That fat fuck left. All right, Mike. There you are. Get out here, you fat fuck. Mike, if you were any fatter, we'd be doing this roast at SeaWorld. A couple of more cheeseburgers, you need your own fucking dais. All right. A lot of fatties up here. You shouldn't be laughing, Richie. A lot of fatties. Look at them all. Fat, and fat. All right. What is this, a roast or a heart attack contest? The first one to drop dead wins. Bring on the hot dogs, motherfuckers. When was the last time any of you fat fucks have seen your dicks, Joey Cola?
I must have been blacked out drunk because I don't know if you know, Joel lost about 100 pounds.
I mean, my God, how fat was Joel?
He looks like $1 million now because maybe he was ashamed. I was too drunk to be ashamed.
Now, what I think is funny is she's making fat jokes about me there, and I'm like 20 pounds lighter than I am now.
You look like a mobster goon.
Yeah.
You look like you were ready to come in and break someone's legs. Jesus Christ.
But, we were going to show clips of her stand-up, but she's really not that funny, so we went with this instead.
You better.
And I know
bring her
she's
out.
backstage right now going, let me out there. I'm going to get that fucking asshole.
Like a rabid terrier.
So let's bring her out. We love her to death. Give it up for Patty Rosborough right here.
Yes, I'm way meaner than I am funny. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm better at a roast than in a comedy club. That's the true me. Hateful.
Yes. You're a mean bitch.
There were a lot of fat guys, to be honest.
I'm
That's
surprised
Poppy
that
Light
stage.
from what I hear, too.
Wait a minute, you got fatter, but Mark, you got skinnier, right?
I don't know. I go up and
I
down
think
in weight every
You
day.
look thinner.
I love how you threw that out there. Wait, you look fatter, but Mark.
I haven't been able to ingest as much alcohol as I normally
Maybe it's
do.
just because I'm seeing him from the neck up.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on the show. As the how many episodes? 100. It's 100th person that you're picking. You know what I looked at? I see who you had. People go on 3 times before you ask me. It's fine. I don't care. But I mean,
No,
come on.
Yeah, we've had people 3 times. Yes, 4.
You had fucking Jeffrey Gurian on before me. He's not even a comic. Let's go.
Well, first of all,
Jeffrey Gurian, he writes books. You have him on before me?
he's been on-
Did Jeffrey Gurian invite you to his wedding? Richie fucking Byrne?
No. Why are you looking at us? Where are you looking?
I'm looking at the wrong. Where am I looking? I'm supposed to look here. Yeah, this thing's in the wrong spot. Here. Is that better?
I'm so happy right now.
I'm like your mother. Hello. Where's the
Get
thing?
away from the microphone. You're so fucking loud. You're.
I'm loud. Oh, look at the fucking the popcorn. The kettle black. You loud son of a bitch. You're the loudest person I know. Am I looking at the right thing now?
Yeah, that's good. That's better.
But I want to look at your faces. I don't want to look at the camera.
Clear now. Mark, she said to me, "Am I allowed to curse?" I'm like, "Would we put you on the show?"
Why am I blurry right now?
Did you spit on the camera? What'd you do, Patty?
Wait, now I'm good. Yeah, I might have spit. Okay, there I'm good.
So how are you?
My cheekbones look good. I mean, I was depressed for a while with this fucking corona, and now I'm like, okay, how are you?
Well, I mean,
Wait, before you answer, how are you guys? Aren't you two like complete? Okay, this is blurry, and I don't know why. You guys are like complete alcoholics. Like, what are you doing? Well, I don't know if you are, but Richie is. What do you do? You have to drink alone now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's why we're podcasting every night.
Yeah. The name of the show is Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. So we have to have a drink every night on the show. So it gives us an excuse to drink every night.
We're working.
Yeah.
I told Richie, I go, the name, because I write him back. I go, what is it? A drink, a joke, and a story? He goes, no, it's drinks, joke. It's not even drinks, jokes, stories, which would make more sense, right? Drinks, jokes, stories. That you could remember. It's drinks, a joke.
No.
Storytelling.
No, see, you're fucking it up. That's the
What the fuck is the name of your show? Get a name that people can fucking remember. Like a drink, a joke, a story. That's it.
Patty, it's in the corner.
It's right there. You can't miss it.
Where is it? I don't see it.
You see the little neon sign? It says drinks, jokes, and storytelling.
Oh, it does have a plural on the jokes. All right, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, go ahead.
So
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
maybe. So
I guess the first thing I should ask is, Patty, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking out of my mug, and I'm having Earl Grey Supreme tea from, what's that tea company? Hannah something? Harney's and Sons. Delicious. I don't know if you'd call me a recovering alcoholic. I don't think you would call that. I was never really an alcoholic.
You just can't hold your liquor. That's
Yes, I can't hold my liquor.
I would call you a quitter. That's what
And every time I wasn't drinking, I thought about it, but I wouldn't do anything about it. But it was always in my head. Like, I'd be like, what time is it? Can I drink? Would I be an alcoholic if I drank at 3? What time is it? Would it be an alcoholic if you know what I mean? Like, that was the conversation. So then I just thought, maybe I have every night I would have wine, and, I was never, I had kids. When am I going to fall down drunk and be, but I was like.
Mark and I call that every day.
Yeah, that's a weekday.
Well, maybe. Now, do you drink a
lot? Yeah, I don't know if you remember the roast. That's all I got was how big of an alcoholic.
I didn't know if that was just, now, is that why you're so happy all the time? Like, you're the happiest guy. Like, what's so great about life? I don't understand it. Like, why are you, he's always in a good mood. He's like, hey, whatever, like one of those, like, how are you even a comic? I don't understand it.
I don't know.
I constantly, everybody thinks I was the biggest stoner on the planet. And I was just like, no, man, I'm just happy and mellow, whatever.
So you're not high, you're not on weed, you're not
smoking those jazz cigarettes.
Not doing the Mary Janes.
Not smoking the pots.
So you're just happy? You're just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that fucked up?
I know. People get all pissed off when I'm like, I had a great childhood. I love my family.
You did have a great childhood?
Yeah.
Man, what kind of fucking comic are you?
Happy.
I know.
Not a good one. I can tell you that.
What are you drinking, Mark?
I am drinking the champagne of beers.
What is it?
Miller High Life, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, why is it?
I got a Sam Adams.
Sam Adams.
I've never seen you without a beer in your hand, Richie.
Oh, me?
No. Even when you're on your what's that diet, keto diet? He's always drinking beer. I go to him. Keto beer is not on the keto diet. Come on.
I got to tell you a funny story.
What?
I went to Governor's Christmas party this year, and I was coming from somewhere else, and I had a sweater that I had bought in Ireland last May. And when I bought the sweater in Ireland last May, it fit.
Now it's a tube top.
Apparently, I gained weight over the summer into the winter, so I couldn't go home. I had to get to the party, and I put the sweater on, and it was tight. You know when it was.
You could see your belly button.
The belly's popping. Yeah. So I go in the party, and I know everybody's noticed. Like you can see, like nobody's saying anything, right? So all of a sudden, I look over, and there's Patty across the room, and she's waving me over like that. And I go over. She says, "How's the keto going?" Piece of shit.
It was just the roundest little tummy. It was so cute. It was just like a globe.
How's the keto going?
Why can't there be more people like you that think it's cute?
Yeah.
I usually get called disgusting. You say cute.
There's something about Richie brings it out of me, the meanness. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You're mean first. That's why.
What?
You're mean first.
The first time I worked with Patty, she was headlining, and it was like the late '90s, and we were at Catch a Rising Star in Jersey.
Right.
And I had never worked there before, so they brought me in the middle. You know when the clubs do that, Mark? The whole I haven't seen you. And
you get a headliner to feature for.
They're getting a headliner to feature for shitty money. That's what they're doing.
And Richie saw, oh fuck, I'm middling for a woman.
No bullshit.
And
bullshit.
Women aren't funny.
Get up, Patty Rosborough.
He didn't like that.
I was actually excited because we had a million mutual friends.
True.
And had never worked together before, and I heard great things about you. All lies. I heard great things. All lies. And, I got stuck in really bad traffic, Mark, on Staten Island Expressway. I could not get there. And this is, I think it was before cell phones, Patty. It was like.
It was before.
Yeah. And I think I had to pull off and call them. And I realized that Patty was going to have to go on before me. And I realized.
So then you would get to headline like you wanted all along.
They were going to think that I was doing that on purpose, and I really wasn't. So I get there.
I ain't opening for no broad.
I get there.
Exactly.
Patty's on stage, killing, of course, killing. But what I didn't know was she already told the audience that I was late and that she thinks it was because I wanted a headline, trying to make a point. So when I go up, now I'm all proud. The audience hates me. They hated me.
I don't think they hated you. You did well. What are you talking about?
They hated me because you told them to hate me. You told them.
I did not. I just said the headliner's late. I mean, the middle is late. So now he wants to be the headliner. So now he is. He got his wish. This fucking.
We think he's late. Wow, you are just getting fuzzier and fuzzier.
I know. What the hell is this camera?
No, Richie, it's just because you're drunk.
Was that
what is with this guy? Maybe I should wipe off the camera. Let me see if that makes a difference. There.
Look at
that did work. Oh my God.
Would you breathe on it? What happened?
You know what? I must be breathing like, what do you call it?
Coronavirus shit all over.
Yeah, my corona's getting on it.
Yeah. So now I fast forward a few years. Patty and I are working together. We're doing a show at the Friars Club. And she's got to follow. You know, I don't even work with Patty. Whenever you're on a show with Patty where there's other headliners, all she does is bitch and moan. Why does she have to follow?
I'm nervous. I don't want to follow a headliner. I don't want to like bomb.
Right.
I'm nervous anyway. I'm nervous just following a regular middle. Now I got to follow a fucking headliner who's going to try and blow you off the stage because they want to be the headliner. And you're like, oh, this is fucking painful.
You
Just
always go
at
last,
the end.
but they always put Patty last because she's fucking dirty. So, and I'm like, and she always goes, "Why do I always have to go last?" I go, "Stop being dirty. You don't have to go last."
I don't care where I go on a show because I have one speed and it's what I'm doing. I can't.
Yeah, that's true. It does not bother you at all. It does
So
not.
you go last, even if you follow someone hammer, 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 loud, loud, screaming, running around the stage. You don't
I've
care.
had to follow Tom Cotter. I've had to follow Lisa Lampanelli. Look, this is the speed I can go.
Yeah,
You
I know
guys
you
be
can only
with
do what
me.
you can. That's right. You can only do what you can do. What's his name used to say that?
Let me finish the story.
Oh, yeah.
So the name of the show, storytelling. So we're at the Friars. It's like 5 years later. We're at the Friars. Tom Cotter was on the show, a few others. Patty's got to follow me. And I'm so happy because, and the audience is 800 years old. Like everybody was 800. So Patty's doing this whole, what am I going to do? I can't do my act to these people. They're going to hate me. I got to follow fucking Richie Byrne. So I go up and do all my old music material. I used to, like, I'm imitating Tony Bennett. I'm imitating Paul Anka. They're eating it up. And I did this on purpose. I will openly admit, I buried her.
Mean-spirited.
Buried her. And I finished my act, and the place goes berserk. They're all, and I walk off, and she's green. And as I walk past her, I go, now you go up there and talk to them about your vagina. Just go,
Why didn't they put me in the middle of that fucking show? Oh, these old dead people in the crowd. Ah, painful, painful.
I did a show at a synagogue with Missy Grinkowitz, and
Who's Missy Grinkowitz?
she's a
Missy's great.
She's a great comic. And
Wait, have I worked with her? Missy Grinkowitz.
She's from Delaware. Delaware
really?
comic.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is
Oh,
it
I know. Wait, what does she look like?
Blonde,
curly blonde? You can't forget
big,
it.
crazy blonde.
You
hair.
never
She
worked
looks
with
like she was like in
Is
an
she
80s
short and a
metal
little
video.
round? Short and round?
Is this what you
No.
do on your goddamn show? Because no wonder you went off the air.
What you mean? Two tired twats?
Yes.
I'm waiting for the thing to come up. Where's Joey St. John?
There they are.
Thank you, Joey St. John, who's paying attention. Joey St. John, also the name of a porn star. I think that he should be Joey St. John, right? Swinging
Joey
his
St.
shit, right?
They call him the windmill in the business.
Doesn't it sound like either a male stripper or a porn star? Joey St. John.
Joey just said in the chat room, "Who says I'm not?"
Exactly.
It's always the quiet one you gotta watch out.
Oh,
Now, so wait, what were you saying? You were Missy Grankowitz, and then
So she crushes. I mean, crushes. She's talking to the one guy who's a gynecologist about like everybody's eating out of her hand, and then I have to go up after her, and they're not buying what I'm selling. And I go, look, guys, I go, I get it. Look, I want Missy to come back up too. You think I want to be here right now?
Yeah.
I said I had to follow what's his name, Vic DiPotetto once, and it's like the show was over.
No. I was at that show.
I said to the guy, I begged the guy,
It was at the Brigada.
there were 40 acts on the show that night.
Yeah, it was at the Brigada, and Patty was going last, and Vic leveled this crowd.
I said to him, I go to the guy, please. What was the guy's name? I'm forgetting his name. It wasn't Mark. Oh God, what was his name? Mother Leeds. I forget his name. I go, I'm begging you, put me on. Randy. I go, I'm begging you, put me on before Vic DiPotetto. There's 40 comics. Yeah. He's going to kill anyway, but after 40, the show will be over. The show is over. I go up, my first 6 jokes, dead silence, crickets, and that's exactly. I said, you know what? I want Vic DiPotetto to come back up here too. And I was kind of ready, like, where's Vic? Just come up, and Vic's like, I'm sorry.
She told me at one point, she just puts her head down and she goes into the mic. She goes, I know you all miss Vic DiPotetto.
Yeah, that's right.
I know you. And they all
it was so painful. It's like, come on. Book the show right. Don't stick me after Vic.
Do you remember when you and I worked the week at the Brigada, and you
fucking thing?
Patty had a surgery on her shoulder, Mark, and she does her bit at the end of her act where she imitates
then,
fornication, and she needs the stool.
when are you so Christian? Fornication. Would you go to Catholic school? Fornication.
She needs the stool to hold. She's imitating a man having an orgasm, right? Is that
I'm
what it is?
banging the woman. The stool is the woman.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm bending over the stool. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Now, we're at the Brigada where you only have to do like a half hour. You're not even doing your full act.
Right.
And Patty's got her arm in a sling, so she can't hold the stool. So rather than go, let me cut the bit, goes, Richie, can you come out every night and hold the stool for me?
No, you were holding the microphone. You hold the microphone while I fuck the stool.
That's what it was. I had to hold the mic. Yes, yes.
That's the whole time he is mocking me. Like I'm trying to do the bit. He's being as mean as fuck, and all I'm doing is telling him what a big fucking fat head he has. It was way funnier than my bit. We were so mean to each other.
Every night she'd call me out. And I just thought, and I said to her, I go, if you're going to make me do this every night, you're going to get paid back for it. And I would just like react to the bit. Like she'd be trying to fuck the stool. And I'd be
If I had a nickel for every time a woman asked me to hold the microphone while she fucked the stool.
Exactly.
Patty, you know what we haven't done yet? We haven't done a street joke.
We have not.
Okay, here's the deal with me and street jokes. Yeah. I can't remember them. I've heard a million. You know who's good at street jokes? Fat Rat Bastard. What's his name?
Parami.
You know, he can do these golf shows, you know, with golf guys. He's got joke. He puts on a Pope outfit and he does 80,000 jokes and they go, are there? And he can remember every joke book joke. I can't. Okay, so here's
well, maybe we should have booked him.
Okay, I have two jokes. One's from grade school. One's I learned when I was in high school. And then one got me on Jacob's Ladder. Okay, so these are the only ones I can ever remember. The only ones I can tell. Let's start with the first one from high school. What's the most useless thing on a woman's body?
What?
An Irishman. Okay, here's the one from grade school. Why aren't there any Polish ballerinas?
Why?
Because every time they do a split, they stick to the floor. Okay, wait a minute. Come on, these are good. And then here's the one that got me on it. This one's dirty, though. I don't know if I can tell dirty.
Oh, yeah. Why start cleaning it up now?
Okay. Well, not giving the joke away by saying it's going to be dirty. But I went up for Jacob's Ladder. It was the only fucking thing. It's the only movie I ever did in my entire life.
That's not true, but go on.
Yeah, that's true. I did. Okay. And I got paid $2,000. Okay, I don't know why this camera's not working. Must be something that you're doing.
Yeah.
So
I blame Richie.
You guys are clear and I'm fuzzy. So, okay, so I meet Adrian Lyne. He directed Flashdance, and he's like this big director. And I go in and he goes, "Okay, I want you to like flirt with this guy and dance with him and tell him a joke." I go, "Okay." But I didn't have any jokes because, you know, I can't remember jokes. So I had this gay friend, Jody, who had just told me this joke the night before. So I'm dancing around with this guy and I go, "What smells worse than an anchovy?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "An anchovy's cunt." And the guy goes to me, he goes, "You've got the part. You've got the part." And I got into Jacob's Ladder because of that joke. Anyway, George Carlin told that in his act once, but my friend Jody, I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Anyway, it's a good joke, right? Anywho,
you should have done that when you followed Vic.
Yeah, exactly. They would have hated me no matter what I did. They just fucking wanted Vic back. It was so. I got to even thinking about it now. I'm just like clasping my heart. Like, oh. You still remember the pain of it. Ugh.
She's lying, Mark. She was in Jacob's Ladder with Tim Robbins. I don't know if you remember that movie, Elizabeth.
Yes, I do.
And I rubbed up against him.
I didn't realize you were in it. I mean, but
3 seconds I'm in it. 3 seconds.
But she also did another movie, Mark. Yes. And it was called Goodbye Baby, which you and I
heard of it.
You and I interviewed Dan Schechter, right? And she got the part because I recommended her. I was working on the film. The day she went in to shoot, I couldn't be there that day. So I called her agent and said, "Hey,
Harley Pop."
Yeah, they need a female and send in Patty. Patty goes in. So I realize Patty probably doesn't know I'm not going to be there. So I'm sure she'll call me at some point to thank me. I never got a fucking phone call. Never got a phone call. She's in the
Wait a minute. Could this be? Because I didn't quite remember.
Now,
Could it be that I'm
years later, and I finish the story. Am I going to finish the story? Right. So a few years later, we're at some event and something comes up about Goodbye Baby. And she goes, I was in that. And I go, yeah, I know. She goes, oh, you were involved? I go, yeah, I was involved and I got you in it. And she goes, oh, really? I go, yeah, I called. I said, get Patty Rosborough. She goes, oh, really? She still didn't fucking thank me.
I thought you were lying.
Why would I lie about it?
No, why did I not know that you got me that? Was I senile or
well, whatever?
Did Omni Pop not tell me that you got it for me?
Maybe it was just ungrateful.
Wait, I would like to take this time right now in front of all of your fans, all 9 of them, and say,
we have 9 now?
We're doing good.
See,
oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? You know when we had a lot more viewers? When Vic DiBattista was on.
Oh, that was so hurtful. I want to thank you so much for getting me that part because it really made a difference in my career. Just like doing your podcast is going to. I said to my husband, honey, I'm doing Rick Marcadonna. I always want to call you Rick Marcadonna. What the fuck with that name? It's 2 first names and it's confusing. And it's right there so I can read it. Mark Riccadonna and Richie Byrne. This could be my ticket out of here. Your show.
This is going to send you
taking off
to the big time. And when you get there, you won't thank us, but that's okay. Now,
you do have a lot of people. You're doing good, you guys. I have to give it to you.
We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're having a ball doing it.
5 a week. That's why you had to call me. You were running out of comics. 5 a week. You got to the end of the barrel and you said,
asked you when we recorded at the comic strip, and you were always too busy.
I don't remember that. You're making that up.
We did.
You're very high maintenance, Patty Rosborough.
We had you and Kevin Brennan, and then you both made fun of us.
Kevin Brennan, who named your podcast.
We were Chick Chat, and he said, "Why?" He goes, "You girls aren't chicks."
You're doing your podcast with Carrie Carabas.
Carrie Carabas,
right?
And it's called Chick Chat Comedy Podcast. He goes, "That's a stupid name." He goes, "You're not chicks. It's been like 20 years since either of you were chicks." He goes, "Why don't you just call yourselves what you are? 2 tired twats." So, of course, I said no. And Carrie Carabas was like, "If you don't change the name, I'm quitting." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Come on, Carrie." She goes, "I'm quitting. This is going to be our ticket out of here." So we changed it to 2 tired twats. We did, our Patreon money went up from $11 to $100 and then leveled off there. So we ended up, we did close down after 2 years. We had a fabulous 2 fun years.
I was on it.
Mark Riccadonna, I feel really bad we didn't ask you on, and I don't know why. Did we ever ask you?
You don't need a 3rd tired twat.
What?
You don't need a 3rd tired twat.
You
know what Kevin wanted?
Mark.
What?
You don't have to say Mark Riccadonna every time you talk to him. He knows who he is.
Certain people, I say their whole name. And I used to call you Richie Burns and then found out that was a mistake. Yeah. You're singular, evidently.
Well,
put your wife in the fucking camera. He says he has a wife. I've never seen her. He says I met her years ago. Now I'm getting blurry again. What the hell's happening? I think if I sit back.
My God. Sit back. Yeah, stop spitting.
Sorry.
Which has never been said ever to you.
Kevin Brennan said the same thing to us, that we needed to change the name of our podcast to 3 Fat Fucks.
Yeah, because Joel used to be on with us.
That's a great, and you know what? That's a name people would remember. I would remember that. I would tune into that.
You would watch 3
Fat Fucks. Right? And you have to go, is it stories and storytelling, or is it jinx and it?
I have all these notes. about, and
Why?
I haven't done one. We're on for 35 minutes. I have Patty Rosborough notes up my ass. I haven't gotten to one note yet. Not one.
I really do want to see your wife. You at least have a picture of her you can
Not
show
one.
me?
No, she's not real.
Wait, I'm going to ask Mark Riccadonna. Have you seen his wife?
I have not.
Not even. What? Are you serious? This is like, who's that guy in Scientology where they haven't seen the wife and they all want to know where his wife is? This is like, where is she? Where's the wife?
Why are you obsessed with my fucking wife?
I want to know where she is.
Oh my God.
Richie, it's legal now. You can come out.
Oh my God.
I can't believe Joey St. John put that picture up. Oh,
Joey is the funniest one out of all of us.
We actually last week we had Paige Davis and Doug Wilson from Trading Spaces on the show, and Doug told the story about the night he met you, but he didn't know it was you.
I didn't know it was him.
Because Mark, we were at some club in the city. I think it was Gotham. I think it was the first Gotham, the early Gotham. And Doug, we were doing a showcase, and Doug came to see me to show support. And this is when Trading Spaces was huge.
Yes. I watched it every week. Every week.
Patty comes up to me and says, "Your friend looks just like the guy from Trading Spaces." And I go, "It is the guy from Trading Spaces." And she goes, I go, "It is. It's the guy. It's Doug from Trading Spaces." She goes, "It's not the guy from Trading." I go, "He's the guy from Trading Spaces." And she goes over to him. And she goes, "You know who you look like? The guy from Trading Spaces." And he goes, "I am the guy." And she could not believe that.
What are you doing with the guy from Trading Spaces?
I don't know what that means.
Why would you be an interior decorator? Well,
Right.
you're a guy who drinks beer and doesn't he wears just regular boy clothes. This guy's all dapper with his hair all slicked back, and it's great. Look how handsome he fucking is. What is that guy doing with you? What are you doing with a handsome, I don't know if he's gay, but he's a designer and a decorator, whatever he is.
Well, I don't know.
What's wrong with him?
Are you saying that gay people and straight people can't hang out?
Yes, that's what I'm
saying, Patty.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I think she's saying that you're gay, Richie.
No,
well, let me tell you, when I found out that he is the guy from Trading Spaces, I started to think, is Richie gay?
Isn't that offensive as hell, though? That for so many reasons, that's offensive.
It is. And yet, my ex-husband's gay, so you can't even say I'm homophobic.
Right.
Like, he's a gay guy, so I'm not even homophobic.
Can I just say that you're not a very good judge of who's gay and who isn't, Patty Rosborough. Let's face it.
I know, I always think I know, but now I'm good at it. Now I'm good.
Well, it's a little late now.
Now that I had 2 children with a gay man.
Two kids in, I figured it out. 2 kids in, I finally figured it out. And speaking of which,
yes,
your daughter.
My daughter, but talk about her.
Look at
how beautiful my daughter is.
Molly Kornfeld.
Molly Kornfeld with a K. Look her up. Twitter. 600 likes on one of her tweets. Okay, I get 9.
An up and coming comic, and I've seen her. I've done some. Actually, you know where? I think she was there the last time I did a show.
Long Island.
Was March 15th. I think she was there that night.
Governors.
Governors. And
James and Andrew, they put Molly on. They've been great to her. Yes.
She's really funny. So
she's really funny, right?
She's just like her father. She's really funny.
Look at her, gorgeous. And you know why she can make it? Here's the difference. Great nose. Look at my nose. You can make it. The teeth. She's got a great nose, great teeth. She is not. She does all her website. She's got a website. She does movies. She does all the shit you're supposed to do.
She's also not a bitch.
Why? Why do you have to go after me when there's nothing? I've got nothing left. I came on your sad little podcast. I'm trying to be nice. Trying to be nice to you. I'm trying to throw you a bone.
Did I tell you why?
I'm a headliner on the show instead of all of these fucking MCs you've been putting on.
Can I tell you why we put you on the show?
Yes.
Molly said no.
Let me tell you something. You think you're hurting me by that? Let me tell you something. I want my daughter to get famous. You better put my daughter on your show, and I will tell you why. She has a lot of young people that would, you know how you want all the fucking numbers? That's why you don't want me on. Young people who go on your fucking old man show, and she'll be famous, and she'll be able to pay for everything when I retire from this heartbreaking business called comedy. This heartbreaker that I've been involved with for 35 fucking years. So yeah, put her on the show. I hope she goes on your show. I hope she gets on your show.
You've had a bad career.
No, me?
Yeah, it's been one awful moment after another.
Wait a minute. I was in a movie, aside from Goodbye Baby, which got seen by 9 people or 11 or 12. Jacob's Ladder is a famous movie.
Yeah,
I got to rub against Tim Robbins, which is more than I can say for either of you.
I've not rubbed Tim Robbins.
I was on Comedy Central on my own show with Jon Stewart.
All right, calm down.
Before
look at this. Look at
that. What's that face up? What is that fucking face on me? It looks like I'm smelling pork.
He is so much prettier than you.
I gotta fix
Can we go back to that picture? Joey, go back to that picture.
What is that face? What does that hair do? Am I Donna Reed? What the F?
I don't know. And that was short.
How do you look younger now than in that picture?
Yeah, really. What that hair? It's like a helmet head. It was the
You
80s.
look like you should be working at like a grade school library, yelling at a kid.
Yeah,
I smell gum. I smell gum. Who's got the
you were a
gum?
lot hotter than that picture.
Now, I was cute then. I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know what happened.
You know what? I had this guy who did my hair and makeup, and he was in a cult. I'll tell you the truth. They did fire him, but he used to wear an orange jumpsuit. You know, one of those cult guys. And he'd show up and he had garlic breath.
Gay cult guy.
He was gay in a cult, and he had garlic breath that was so bad, and I was pregnant. And whenever he'd be doing my makeup, he'd be all breathing on top of me, and I literally would gag from the smell of garlic on his breath. I'd be like, oh, oh. But anyway, he used to do my hair and makeup, and it was just like, they brought in the new girl, and she's like, fuck this hair he's been doing. We're just going to give you a natural, I don't know. It was, and I didn't have the balls to go, I hate this. That's not what I like. You know what I mean?
Now, that was short attention span theater on Comedy Central.
My biggest
back in 1990 to 1992, you did that.
That is my only credit.
And
so whatever happened to your co-host?
Yeah.
Did he end up staying in the business?
Exactly. I guess he never. I think he lost my number. I don't know what happened.
Dick.
He he's I love the guy. I don't know. I think
he's very funny. He was a great guy to work with. I will say that, even though he did lose my number. Well, I would call him.
And guess Mark and I are gonna lose your number right after the show. So.
I would call him like for like maybe it was a year after, like every time he'd get a movie or whatever, I'd call him John, and then he'd call me back, hey, how you doing? How's your baby? And then I realized he never initiated a call. I realized I was like his stalker. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, hey, I was like a fan, like an asshole. And I'm like, well, I just won't call him for a while and see what happens. Crickets, never heard from him again. So it was a little, you think they're your friend, but
I always did the opposite. And this drives Joel crazy. If ever someone I was coming up with started to get some heat on them,
yes,
I would stop calling them. Which is why I've called you my whole life. Because my theory was the last thing they need is that shit of, hey, now they feel, now are they going to feel compelled to call back? They're busy. They got shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I understand.
I'm here if they need me. And
I see that now. But back then, I'm home with the baby all day. I had worked with him for a year, every day for a year. And I thought, oh, he's like my good buddy. We're really close. We're friends. You know, and like how, you know, you call your girlfriends, you don't have girlfriends, but if you call your girlfriends, you go, hey, what's going on? What's the, I call my comedy girlfriends, whatever. So I kind of thought like I was in that realm.
Know, none of them are Jon Stewart, though, right? None of them got to that.
They're not at that level. No, of course not.
Right. So I don't know. I think you're being unfair to him. I guess that's
I am. No, I am. Listen, I love the guy. I think he's a great guy. I'm really not bad mouthing him.
I was on Rosie O'Donnell's show with him, and it was my first national, and you would have thought it was his. He could not have been nicer.
Yes.
He could not have told more people. He was going, you don't know what a big deal this is to be on a national TV show. But I thought he was just great. And then I saw him years later. I went to the show, and he couldn't have been nicer. Remember me?
A lovely, lovely man. And as a matter of fact, when shit went down, or even when I got fired from that, he.
Oh, you got fired from that too?
I got fired from it because I was pregnant. I was too fucking fat. You know, because back then, you know, I was just watching.
Well, that's why we're getting rid of me.
Listen, guys can be as fat
You're
as they
pregnant,
want.
Richie?
Look at fucking Louis Anderson. All fat fucks.
You're right.
The guy.
You're right. Roseanne Barr.
Well, okay, name another one. Name another fat fuck as a girl.
Antonelli wasn't fat.
Okay,
Melissa
one
McCarthy.
every decade. Go ahead, give me another one.
Melissa McCarthy.
Who?
Melissa McCarthy.
But I'm talking about back in the day. Now you can be fat if you're a girl.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates is not a comic. Name two comics that were fat.
You said sexy, not funny.
That's not true. There were other.
No, I'm telling you, you had to be cute back in the day. Like all the girls, they wanted you skinny. I'm telling you, they were like. She goes. They were all pissed because I got fat when I came back. When I came back from my baby, this is what they did. They saw how fat I was still because I'd only dropped like 20 out of the 40 pounds I gained. And they were like, get rid of her. She's too fat. That's it. That's exactly what happened.
I definitely believe that my look had something to do with why I didn't get further in this business. Absolutely.
What do you mean? Because you're chubby?
I think it's easy to point out a guy and go, well, look, he's fat and he made it. I think it's true on both sides. I think this business in general is about what do you look like?
Yeah.
And now how many views do you get? Like how many?
Now that's what it is.
You know, nobody gives a shit about talent.
But back in the day, there were 8 million fat guys. Come on, Fatty Arbuckle.
What?
Fatty Arbuckle.
Work with him.
He liked the woman supposedly. I don't know. You know the Fatty Arbuckle story.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and he was acquitted.
Milk bottle, or I don't know what it was.
No, you know, once again, Patty, you don't have your facts, and you're just.
Oh boy, guys! If I want a debate on facts, I'll just go on Facebook and scroll through there.
He was completely acquitted of all the counts.
Was he?
Yeah,
he was.
He was it was a party at his house, and a woman was murdered and raped, and they arrested him. He had no idea it went on, knew nothing about it, but his career was ruined over it.
Yes.
But you just said that he did it because, you know.
That's what I heard. Nobody told me. No one updated me.
It's just like
you've only had 120 years to get updated.
It's just like when you smell a fart, blame the fat guy.
I love that. It is true, though.
Now
it's so easy to blame the fat guy.
We have to get out of here soon, but Mark, I want to tell you a story. This is why I love Patty Rosborough, because everything with Patty is an event. You never know what's going to go down. And it's always one of those things where you go, I'm so glad I was here when this happened.
What happened? What is this?
Here's what happened. A few years ago, a comic genius died. Kevin Meaney.
Yes.
Kevin Meaney died suddenly. And
come on. One of the funniest guys. Let me tell you, I would work with him at the Borgata. I would middle and he'd headline. And the minute I was done, I'd run out into the audience with and I would watch every fucking show.
He's so
the funniest.
Well, he didn't make you get up and do bullshit stuff during his act. He didn't make you go out there.
Oh, he would have.
Professional.
He would have held Patty's stool if she wanted.
The funniest Okay, go ahead.
I love. No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we have to end the show at some point. Well, Kevin dies. It's so awful, and I go to the wake, and Patty's at the wake, and I'm like, "Oh, Patty!" So we go up. We get online. You know, you got to go and you see the family, and then you view the body and all of that. And we're online and we're talking, we're catching up, and she's going, you know, I don't really know his family, me neither. And I told the story about his mom was in love with Dr. Oz, and Meanie. It's a great story. His mom was in love with Dr. Oz, and Meanie said to me, "My mother's in love with Dr. Oz. Can I take her to the show?" And I go, "Oh, Kevin, sure. I'll set the whole thing up. He can meet her after, get a picture. It'll be, oh, Richie, thanks." Kevin called me. He never calls me. Never calls me. So now I work with him a few years later. I go, "Kevin, you never called me about the Dr. Oz thing." He goes, "My mother didn't want to go." I go, "Why?" She said, "I don't know what I'd wear. What would I wear?" And he said, "You're not fucking dating him, Mom."
That's so fun. That's so ironic.
And his mom was such a big part of his act, you know.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
pant people.
So we're on.
May I say he was the first one to do that thing where you do the voice.
Right.
That's not right. Like, so many people since then have done that in their act, but I want to put it out there. Kevin Meaney was the original person who would say that's not right and comment on the act while it was happening. Okay, go ahead.
When he would do his mother, though, we're big pants people. Go upstairs. So
she go, "You have a puss on your face."
I was so upset that he didn't get to bring his mother to the Dr. Oz show, because I wanted to meet this woman. You know, she's a legend
in the comedy business.
Right.
A lot of my act is based on what I saw him do, not realizing it. You know, I have a lot about my mother, and I imitate my mother, and so we're on.
And his daughter is a comic, Kate,
Yes,
and she's
Kate.
very funny and sweet and everything.
We're online, and Patty's saying, you know, "I don't really know the family," and I'm like, "Me neither." But in my head, I'm like, "I can't wait to meet his mom," even though Mark, we get up to the sister, and the mother is sitting next to the sister, and they're both in immense. I was amazed at how well they handled themselves.
I agree.
They were amazing. And then I look up, and Patty is crying. She's bawling like a baby. She's like, "I'm so sorry."
Why wasn't anyone else crying? Like, I was literally, my shoulders, I am sobbing. Like, I can't control myself.
But everybody thinks she's with me because like we're sitting. So all these people who don't know us are looking, and Patty's just completely over the top crying. And I'm like trying to distance myself from her.
Like a true gentleman.
I'm very emotional.
And
I'm not good with death.
How much Kevin Meaney would have loved that.
Oh,
that's all I thought was nobody would find this funnier than Kevin Meaney. So I'm going to sit here and laugh for him because this is hysterical.
Meanwhile, really, I thought, oh, I'm going to like go up and tell them how great he was and, you know, make them feel better. And meanwhile, the mother's patting me on the back. His daughter, Kate, is like hugging me like, "It's okay." Like, everyone was like, you'd think it was my brother. I'm like, oh my God. I was so sad.
Mark, when I got to the mother, I go, "Hey, I'm the warm-up guy from the Dr. Oz show." And she's going, "Oh, yeah, well, she goes, "I don't know what I would wear." But as we're talking, Patty's going, it's like so fucking uncomfortable.
It was so sad. I mean, yeah, the guy, you know, you
Listen,
try.
You're hysterical.
Darling, as are you, and you, Mark Riccadonna, also.
You are one of my favorites of all time. I think the world of you. I hope you know that.
Well, I love you too. I have the greatest time with you, and
do us both a favor and lose our numbers.
I'll reconnect you guys in 10 years.
I'll lose. You can lose my number, and also lose a few pounds. You fat
That was
Fucking
creativity in your eyes.
I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah.
I listened to that thing where you said the thing about your brother Ken Byrne. You couldn't think of the name Ken Byrne. I was listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know that is? I cannot think of anybody's fucking name. I go to Kevin. Kevin, what's that guy's name? I never know. And they're comics. They're comics I've known for 30 years. He goes, so and so. Give me the name. Like I can't even think of a name right now.
Well, I couldn't think of your husband's name, and I love your husband.
I know you call him Steve.
She goes. I go, how's your fiance? And she goes, good. I go, tell him I said hello. And she goes, you don't know his name. I go, yes, I do. And she goes, what's his name? And I go, Steve.
I've told you 800,000 times his name is Kevin, and you fucking refuse to accept that name, and you call him Steve or Tom or some bullshit.
At least I accept he exists.
One day I want to see a picture of you and your wife with a newspaper in front of it that has the date. So I know you haven't fucking killed a woman and she's in that closet behind you.
All right, listen, shut up. We're going to have you back, all right? Eventually.
Oh, thank you.
We barely got through anything. We're in an hour. Patty, you were wonderful. Guys, again, Monday we're not going to be here, Memorial Day, but we'll do Corona Tuesday. It'll be a great show. And every night, 7 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And we want to thank Lansdale again for sponsoring us this week. So,
I can't believe you have a sponsor.
Lansdale Tavern.
Like and subscribe to our page.
You get Patreon too? What about Patreon?
It's on its way.
Soul Joel.
That's your Patreon?
Patreon. We do have one.
Yeah.
We're going to start posting it soon.
Yeah. All right. But thanks again. You guys have been watching Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.
Last call. Thanks for listening to Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.